and welcome to my channel. I've got the beautiful Machete Tarot on the table, and we are going to continue on with just following through after that disgusting video, and also confirmation from another one that I've just done using the same cards about that surrogacy tweet for the first one. So now we've got going to need more information or more proof, because I'm convinced now both, 100% both. I was convinced before, but she opened the floodgates to inquire, and censorship is not as strong as what it used to be. So kudos to the cards. So now I'm asking, when is enough is enough? Okay, because I mean, despite the fact that I'm sure William is well and truly aware that both these children are surrogate, I'll throw in allegedly for legal purposes only, because it is only a tarot reading, right? But at the end of the day, we want to know exactly now, cards, when is enough is enough. I mean, despite the fact, like I said, of all the BS behind the children, then I mean, look at the Duchess of Sussex, doing the, as they say, S, right? S for Sam, can I say, drop. I mean, she's got a royal title, right? Or she's got two, actually. But yeah, she's got royal titles, right? The Earl of Dumbarton that she doesn't, or whatever it is of Dumbarton that she doesn't acknowledge. But okay, so looking into the titles, I'm thinking, well, why hasn't it been done? William absolutely has already confirmed and broken silence in his very strategic way, saying that, some family just doesn't want to talk to each other. They just don't want to see each other, Who can blame him? Who can blame him? So, when I looked into the titles, and I did quite a bit of research, because it's got me why something hasn't been done. I think we can see some things have been done in 2022, but 2022, apart from it being the late Queen's Platinum Jubilee, of course she had the passing as well. So I can understand why it wasn't pursued. However, the previous government in power in UK did actually pursue it. And what actually happens, for those who aren't too sure, I will put it on the screen. By all means, pause. It's from research and links if anyone needs it. It's directly to bills in the Parliament of UK and everything like that. So this is not just, some BS kind of thing. As quite a few of you have correctly said, there is an actual bill out at the moment, and it's called, what is it called? The removal of titles bill. It was basically, it started with the House of Commons, and then the House of Lords gets involved, and they pass it through all the houses, and then once it's all signed off, then they've got to, well, it starts off, I think, from memory, and I'm not reading immediately from it, but I think it's from the House of Commons, and then it goes to the Lords, and then it goes back to the Commons, or something along those lines, right? So after both houses have gone through and they've all already agreed to it, then it's passed on to the monarch for basically for signing off, and it becomes law. What had happened is that it got to a certain extent, and then it stopped. It did not become law. Okay, now I would only guess that this is before our late Queen's passing, but it did not become law. And this is what William needs to push now, to bring that back into the limelight. He needs to absolutely do this and make it law, and this will allow them to basically get rid of them. Okay, get rid of the titles, the dukedom, or whatever you call it, and Dumbarton. When it comes to HRH, well, very, very easily done. That's just a letter. It's not a problem. When it comes to the website, it's called delete. It's not a problem either, and the royal family can instruct that. They don't have to do anything else. The monarch issues a letter to a letter of patent or something like that to remove the HRH titles permanently instead of just whacking them in abeyance, and ta-da, they're done. When it comes to the princely title, however, because his birthright of the son of the monarch, now the birthright meaning, because we've already done that, the birthright meaning that he was born in a marriage, his mother was married to the future king. Okay, that's his birthright. So, because even though he's on the line of succession, that is his birthright. To revoke that, that would also require legislation in Parliament. So, you know, again, that gets a little bit yicky, but it is doable. You know, it's absolutely doable. Some people have actually also said that the Commonwealth has to be involved. I did look into that, and I checked on the Australian government as well as the UK government, and actually the good news is no, we don't have to. None of us have to. There's 56, I think, 56 countries in the Commonwealth. 14, I think someone had said to me, practicing or whatever. No, none of us have to do it. It's actually involved wholly and solely to do with the UK government. It's the Commonwealth is not involved. They don't have to consent. So that's one good thing. So basically all William has to do, right? I'm saying Charles should have done it and he didn't. He's been king since 2022, okay? It's now 2025, so we know he's not going to do it. So, yeah, let's just find out to what point now, you know, how much more twerking or, you know, Lord only knows what the next video is going to be about, right? Just to get a point across. All right, 7 of Pentacles. Sorry, that's my dog. Knight of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and the 2 of Wands. So it looks like the Queen may have stopped it, allegedly, entertainment purposes only, our late Queen. And I don't blame her at the end of the day. I think she was a great believer of, you know, things will work out itself kind of thing. I mean, the seeds were absolutely planted, but they went rotten. So this is what we're talking about, not only about, you know, the gruesome twosome going rotten, because we've already seen that. I mean, it's played out now. Couldn't get any more trashier, right? But it's also the seeds were planted to remove the titles and to remove the dukedom and everything like that. It got cold. It got squashed. I believe it was the late Queen. I really do believe that. I mean, I don't think she knew how far it was going to go and how bad it was going to go and how much they were going to, you know, like take everything and not give anything back kind of thing. And, of course, all the news, all the internet, now it's, you know, everyone's calling for a change. I really do feel sorry for our late Queen. But I'm glad she's not saying what's happening now. However, to be fair, I really don't think it would have got as far as it has now. All right, okay, because you've got the 2 of Wands as well now coming through on the end. So that was a decision that was just all right squash. Allegedly, it made its way through Parliament and all the houses and the brick and the brack and everything like that, and it ended up in the royal family, and it looks like the Queen said no, okay? Maybe that's what Charles is doing. Just maybe that's what Charles is doing. You know, he's sticking to what his mother said. I don't know, trying to, you know, because everyone's blaming him, and I agree. It's not fair that William has to do this. It really isn't fair. But it's old school. I remember promises being made on you know, deathbeds within my own family that one generation couldn't pursue something, but the next could, and that just puts pressure. It really does put pressure on the generation coming through. I have a horrible feeling that's what the case is. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it's saying there's 3 here that aren't working nicely. And so that means there's your 3rd generation. You've got 2 that are working possibly against the other one, which is William coming through. Very, very sad indeed. And here's the grieving as well. Harry has caused immense grieving and immense heartbreak within the British royal family to the point of no return. The Queen had no idea about what had happened. She had no idea about all the lies and the deceptions and everything that's going to come out. But she was well and truly aware of the kind of person that the ginger-haired one married, because you couldn't put too much over the Queen. And to be perfectly honest, I mean, there you go, Queen of Wands. And that's reversed. To be perfectly honest, the Queen would have known everything anyway. But being the Queen, washing over it, because now we've got Empress, we've also got the Nine of Swords here, we've got the Five of Wands reverse and the Queen of Wands. Because she was the Queen of the Commonwealth, she decided that this one will fall into her own trap, literally. So she put a rest to all the in-house bickering and the quarrels and the mayhem and the chaos. She said, no, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. You've also got, like I said, the Nine of Swords here, but I think she stayed up late at night wondering if she did do the right thing as things were starting to progress. Sadly, on her bed, in Belmore. I think, I'm just going to go on. That's very, very sad. The energies I'm getting, she was betrayed. She was heartbroken. She was grieving. She couldn't understand, which is the Five of Cups. She couldn't understand with everything that she had done that, what was happening. I do believe that she did tell Charles to fix the problem before he was king. But, didn't really happen, did it? And everything stayed close. So we've got the Seven of Wands, that's reverse, the Five of Swords reverse, the Four of Pentacles upright, and the Hangman reverse, and the Nine of Cups. So they probably need to, re-evaluate the situation. There's a good chance that there was clapback on saying that they are well and truly entitled to what they've done. They're worthy of the, the titles and whatever. I also believe that if something does happen, they'll probably contest it. They're just hanging around, using them, exploiting them, people can say as well, exploiting their titles, exploiting their position of the royal family. And the thing is that if something happens and all of a sudden, despite it being indefensible with the Seven of Swords, all of a sudden people just say, right, that's it. You haven't won the war, all right? It's done and dusted. It's over for you guys. You haven't won. They will come off of that tree that they're hanging around in, using the royal titles, and I think there's going to be like lots and lots of trouble. I think they will contest it. Okay, so the Four of Swords, the Fool, the Nine of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. Good thing is, deep dive, we got confirmation that it will happen. It will happen, and it will cause heartbreak, absolute heartbreak to, well, let's just say the Queen of Wands. It will cause immense heartbreak to the Queen of Wands. She's not going to be able to merge off her titles when it happens, which is the Two of Pentacles. And because she was so, let's just say it's a new beginning of not making money off of it, because you've got here the Four of Swords. So they need to be careful what they wish for. If they're now throwing all this disgusting twerking and everything like that out, and basically, dangling a carrot in front of the royal family because they're being too cocky here, well and truly too cocky to say, well, you're never going to take them off from me because our late Queen said no, right? Late Queen also said don't use HRH as well, but, we just won't look at the hypocrisy on that side of things, right? Dead and buried here. Dead and buried. The Four of Swords. That's it. They will be allowed to keep one thing. I would say that's probably the Prince, which means that she will end up probably Prince Yeah, Prince Meghan, wasn't she? Or Prince Henry, Prince Harold, Prince something anyway. She will end up, yeah, just pretty much like, well, Lady Colin Campbell kind of thing, carry on his name, not hers, right? This is probably where she was going with this Sussex and Spencer thing. It's going to be another reading. But yeah, there you have it. I mean, at the end of the day, it is going to happen. Absolutely, it's going to happen. And it's a little bit of a deep dive, but it's closer than what we expect now. Previous readings said it's not going to happen. Charles isn't going to do a thing. Well, sadly, I think Charles has honoured his mother's wishes, and his mother actually put a stop to the bill that was basically knocking at the door to be signed. So, like I said, the previous government did introduce a removal of titles bill. It went through both houses, one of the house twice, and it ended up in the palace, and it was stopped there. So no law. So it needs to come into law. This is what William needs to push. And it's been since 2022. I do believe now we're very, very close. We're very, very close. So at the end of the day, I think it depends on how much William can sign, what kind of jobs he's been given. I also noticed that he was changed lawyers as well. So, slowly, right? Okay? It does appear, to give Charles credit, because I know a lot of people are blaming him, because I do too. I think he's just not going to do it. He's not going to do it, whether it's on a promise of his mother or it's just Charles putting his head in the sand. Either or. All right, so there you have it. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.